Oops, mic was off. What's going on, y'all? Got another VoD review today. This is, I believe, Plat / Gold Genji. Kind of similar to last time, but Genji are popular, so it's kind of a good time to be doing these Genji VoD reviews. Starting off, looking at your comp, you have Nanoblade, they have Trance. You will most likely build Nanoblade before Trance, so kind of as soon as you get that Nanoblade, use it and you should win a team fight off that. Real quick, it looks like your mouse is like really like shaky. I don't know if that's because you're playing at 60 hertz and that's kind of how the game looks on 60 hertz. I'm not sure, or if your sensitivity is really high or you have tremors or something. I'm not sure. It's just it looks like your cursor is always slightly shaking left and right, like very little bit. It just looks kind of odd. But if you're comfortable with your sense, who am I to tell you differently? Anyway, deflecting the fire strike here was big. They have turrets, so you're gonna want to be really sure with your dash. You're either getting a kill so that you can dash right back out, or you're dashing after turrets are broken. Because if you dash in and there are turrets that are fucking you, you're gonna have to take your attention off your target to break the turrets, and then that might be enough to lose you the duel. Or you focus your target, and then the turret's constantly picking at you, and your deflect is useless because the turret goes right through it. However, you got a kill. As long as you don't let him res, you guys could stabilize, get your HP and shields back, and then push in. I like the angle you're taking, but again, be wary of turrets. I guess characters like Mei, Sim, Zarya, and any beam characters in general. The dash has to be, like I said, you have to use it when you're short, or it can be used as a defensive ability. Try to engage without using dash, try to close a gap on somebody before you try to close a gap on somebody before using dash. Also, peek back for your heals, break the turrets. You look like your aim definitely looks a little shaky. Just right here. Excuse me, a few seconds before this. You throw shuriken at, you miss your first two. I don't know, it just looks weird. Anyway, your team is making a lot of space here. You should be getting aggressive. You know Sim is low on turrets because you just broke a few. Good job. Dash into Zen. Good. This is all kind of clean up. I don't really need to talk about this. What do I like and dislike? I like how safe you're playing and how quickly you built your ultimate. When you have Nanoblade, it's really important. Break that turret. Or break the TP so they don't get quick spawn. Good. Get out here. You don't have team with you. Yeah, you should have team with you. However, in gold or plat or whatever you're in, it's not always going to be, I don't know how to describe it. Your team's not always going to be smart and push up and take space when in low ranks. Now as Genji, you have all the space in the world. Oh, what the heck? You have all the space in the world, and you choose to go against Junkrat into a corridor. Real bad. If I'm on Genji, I'm going to be playing safe with, what's it called? Either playing safe but really far behind my tanks, waiting for Nanoblade, which is what you should be doing because you can do it before they build Trance. Or if I'm trying to build my ult, I'm going to be in the back line in the free part of the map. Now, you have free Nanoblade. I would use it. Ask for Nano, ask for Nano, ask for Nano. And another fight that you have Nanoblade and you're not going to use it. Oh no, and someone else gets nanoed. Oh man. Oy. Oh, you died again. Holy shit, I'm tired. Anyway, you need to fucking Nanoblade. Seriously. If you have them both available, the enemy didn't have Trance yet because they lost the first two fights pretty quickly. Okay. Not talk about the blade, guys. Talk about you have the Nanoblade before they get defensive ults up. You have a one-man advantage, 6v5. They still have Mercy. You probably want a Nanoblade. Probably just want to go. Just get in there. Ask for the Nano. I don't know if you're asking for it. If you were, ask with some more fucking bass in your voice. You feel me? Don't be oh Nano. Fucking yell at the Ana, bro. Get that Nano. That's how you win fights. Anyway, this blade, really bad. So, not only was the timing of it bad, Reason I didn't like the timing. Your tanks are not engaged. The enemies can all turn around and just clap your shit if they wanted to. If they were smart, they would see, oh, a Genji's trying to 1v6 Blade. Alright, I can back up, turn around. Their tanks and Junkrat aren't the smartest. That happens. Miss your first slash, do a 360. Hit the dash, miss your next slash. Okay. So, if I'm going to do a Naked Blade without nano, without damage boost, which is dumb, which you should not have done, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to find my target who has no defensive abilities like that Zen. I'm going to slash at him, jump in the air, dash downwards, and then slash him again. I don't know what you did. You did some fucking take the blade and do some 360 shit. I can't turn all the way because my wire would get unconnected. But, like, just find your target, keep your target in front of you, slash, jump up and back, dash down so you're hitting him with the dash, but he's still in front of you, and then slash again. This way, it's minimal mouse movement. You shouldn't be missing Dragon Blade swings. They have a fucking wide hitbox. If you get a no reg, it happens. Sometimes you have Ghost Blade hits, whatever. But this was just whiffing. Alright. Doomfist against their comp, let's see it. Okay. You don't want to spend time in corridors against Junkrat. If you have all this mobility, you have 3 mobility abilities, you can just get to the enemy backline. If I'm on Doom, here's what I'm doing. Why does it always do that? My initial thought, if I was forcing a Doomfist on attack here, maybe go up this side of spawn. Enemies are never looking this way, so you could kind of get a good angle. You could either go from here, take all your time and come all the way from up here. There's whatever. There's so many options you have as Doomfist. But instead you go to the one corridor Junkrat's watching. And that's bad. What was that? What else was I going to say? And I think you're worried about the turret here, which is why you spend so much time here. Now, instead of looking out and trying to peek and kill it, what you could do... Let's go back to your life and see what information you have. Hold on. So if you don't see anything, walk forward. You could walk into this left room, right, directly to your left. You'll probably take 20 damage from the turret, sure. But you're going to get to the enemy's backline, and you're going to be pretty much undetected. I'm sure that sim is not going to call out, hey, my turret shot something, let's turn around. But you take too much time in contested enemy territory, and you take attention because you're close to the battle. If you are far away from the battle in the castle, the enemy wouldn't really turn around on you. Now, bad. You got the kill, cool, but you're coming from the same angle as your tanks, which is really not the best idea, especially when you're in this tight of a choke. Again, you want to start from much higher angles. So don't really be a punch bot. I don't really like the whole punch bot playstyle in lower ranks. Again, what I would try to do, try to get to the castle. You have plenty of options. You go over there. You can go through the house at first point. You can even go from far right all the way up. It's up to you. You have so many angles to get to their backline, but instead you keep trying to go through your front line. Not good. Like you're playing Doomfist in positions that like a Roadhog or a Zarya would play, which is pretty fucking goofy. Widow. Okay, so now it looks like you're panic switching. This is I don't know how to play any of these characters, so I'm gonna try them all out. Is what this looks like to me. That's fine. It happens. Just get away. Let a tank lead you here. Now that their Rhine is really far, that means they only have Sigma Shield now. So you can get a kill on one of those. Just don't die to the Junkrat. You're half HP. Run away. Run away. You have 26 HP. This isn't safe. So, there are a few characters in the game where corners are not safe. Playing against Ashe, she can dynamite you. Playing against Orisa, she can halt you. Playing against, Sigma or Pharah, they have the splash damage on their left click that could just damage you around the corner. So, you being slightly around the corner there against Sigma doesn't do anything. If they were running only, like, hit scan characters or projectiles with no splash damage, then sure, you would be, what's it called? You would be blocking the damage. However, you're 20 HP and Sigma can still damage yourselves really bad. Also, you let the Rhine res. hate to see it. You should be way more aware of a Mercy in your backline, all the way in your backline. But it happens. They have sim wall, you're not going to do anything this fight. Yeah, just back up and regroup. Back up and regroup. Don't drop into them. You're down a tank, you're not going to out-brawl them, especially as Widow. You should have stayed on the high ground. Wasn't charged enough, it happens. Alright, so... let's see, are you swapping or are you staying on Widow? Back to the Genji, okay. Alright, so you miss a lot of shots. Like, a lot of shots. First off, you dashed in when they had trance active. Why is that bad? The enemy's invincible, and you're getting in their face. Like, you're putting yourself... You're not gonna get a dash reset by doing this. You're just going straight to the enemy backline. When instead, you could stay alive, and you could just stay in your backline poking. Take it ult charge, which is what you should do. You should be... When the enemy has trance active, and you're not gonna kill them, like the fight's lost, just shoot enemy tanks for ult charge. It doesn't feed the enemy supports any ult charge, because it's trance healing, but it feeds you all the ult charge, because it's all getting healed right back up. And you're shooting tanks, so you're hitting more of your shots. But this right here is really bad. Like, you're grabbing, no. Pay attention to the kill feed. A lot of the time you're doing shit when your tanks aren't alive, and it's kind of fucking you. Alright, your Ryan's rolling. Now's a decent time to engage. I would have deflected that fire strike. Good, back up, get healing. I like that much better. You're building ult pretty quick. Good kill. Go for Zen next. Go for Zen. So you had the dash available. I don't know if you were waiting. I think you were waiting for a reload to go through or something. Here's what, when I'm VoD viewing, I'm putting myself in your shoes, and I'm picturing what I would have done. I probably would have done the same thing. Waited for the reload and then dashed forward as soon as I saw the Zen. But in trying to get in Zen's LOS, I would have got killed by that sim. I think you played that decently. The one thing I wouldn't have done was when you first got your initial kill. And here's why. Whoa, what's going on? I'm not confident in my aim, and I don't think you should be confident in your aim either. So I wouldn't go for a crazy aggressive play. If they have sim wall up, I'm just going to play my tank's lead. I'm not going to go aggressive against them. See what my Ryan's doing, and then I'll play around that. Like, dashing in here, you get a decent amount of damage, but you don't know that you're going to get a kill. And with your aim, it's not guaranteed. You know what I mean? But you get the Sigma. You could have dashed that Junkrat. I don't know if you noticed how low he was. He was 1 HP. That's why I thought you initially killed. I didn't know you killed the Sigma. But play around your tank's lead more. Like dashing in and going crazy aggressive against an isolated DPS, that would be fine. Because Genji will win most duels right now. However, if there's 2 or 3 people that you're dashing into, they could all just gang up on you and kill you. This is fine, but from this distance, right click. Good. Dash in, go for the Mercy. Interesting. Good job. I'm fine with that. Did Ryan charge off the map? What the fuck? What the hell? Anyway, you have Blade. You should assume they have trance. They're at 90%. You don't know that. You don't know that they're at 90. You should just assume they have it. Stay alive. Stay alive. This is going to be last fight. So what I would do is I would either trance to get their, or Blade to get their trance out. So if you know they have trance, you don't want to waste your dash on the Zen because you know he's just going to pop trance and live. What I would do then is pop my Blade, make him trance. He's going to panic and go somewhere. Wherever he goes, you could look elsewhere. See if there's an isolated squishy that you could go for with your Blade. For example, let's see if there's anyone who you could have went for that's not in the trance. You could have got good damage on that Reinhardt. That's about it. Now, I'm not going to talk about how if you're nanoed or damage boosted, you could burn through trance with a slash and a dash. I don't want to get into that whole combo. Because in gold, there's too many other things you need to work on. Don't get aggressive now, bro. Like, your tanks aren't pushing up here yet. Your tanks are still back where? If your tanks are... Okay, yours are up there, but your Ryan's still back. So the Ryan can put his attention on you. What I would do, instead of going that aggressive, wait for my Ryan to take their Ryan's attention, and then I get aggressive. Steady on the getting pinned. Wait till your tanks are rolling for you to go fucking feed. This is going to be one of the 3 big points I'm bringing up at the end of the video. Speaking of which, 15 minutes already? Holy shit. I'm just going to do attack. I'm not even going to review defense. Oh. So before dashing into nothing, try to get at least some damage off. Maybe 2 or 3 right clicks off before dashing into somebody. Because if you just dash into them, they're going to have 150 HP. And then whatever healing they're going to get within that battle. Try to whittle them down with right clicks before engaging. Especially against their close range DPS. Again, you're really close here. Yours Ari's back here. She better be getting up there. If you're this close to Blade, I wouldn't be playing this aggressive. 80% to Blade, I would play passive. Just go for ult charge. But it looks like you did fine because, you know, in gold, people make mistakes. But okay, these are free kills coming out of spawn. So you didn't have to break these turrets. They were really far from you in the sim, really out of the way of the battle. You could have just killed the sim with right clicks and then broke the turrets later. Ryan should die, he's overextended. Instead you walk into a shatter. Bad, it happens, I guess. Don't walk into shatter. I don't really know what to say. Anyway, this blade. Why do I like this blade? The enemy just swapped to Lucio, they won't have beat drop. What's bad about this blade? You're going really deep. Your tanks are kind of engaged, but not really. Listen, if you're gonna blade and you don't have to rush it, for example, like you're not forcing it because the enemy's lamp is down and they might get it back soon, or if they're like 80% trance and you're trying to like rush before they get that. If you're in no rush, if this Lucio has no chance of building beat within the next 10 seconds, just let your Ryan engage. Like let your Ryan go deep before you blade. So you're blading when your Ryan has no shield. He's not really gonna be able to push as aggressively as you want. So you look at how many people you're fighting right now and how many your Ryan, who's your frontline, is fighting. Lucio's looking there. But everyone else is gonna turn around to you. Or at least they should. Yeah, okay, it looks like everyone does. And you die. So, wait until this goes back to the big point number 1, which I'll say later in the video. Let your tanks engage before you engage. Oh, massive kills. You get res, okay. Don't get pinned. Oh man. Not gonna talk about that. So that's gonna be the end of the VoD review because that was 18 minutes already on one half. Let's talk about big issues. Number 1, wait until your fucking tanks are engaged before you go in. A lot of the time you're sitting there as Genji and you dash in into people with full HP. You won't get a kill and you'll die. I think you rely too much on deflect to get out maybe, but wait until your tanks are engaging. Let them get cooldowns out because then you could capitalize on enemies who don't have abilities. For example, if Sigma doesn't have a rock, if he doesn't have grasp, if you see maybe a Moira use a fade, something like that, those are cues to go in. But that's not going to happen if you dash in first and you're the person initiating. You have to wait for your tanks to engage. I know your gold tanks, your gold teammates are going to be bad. It's fine. The enemy's also bad. Just let your tanks engage, let them take attention, let them get cooldowns out before you go in and feed. Point number 2 is mechanics. Okay, your mechanics are really, really bad. I recommend, I'm not sure what your sensitivity is, and I don't really like telling people to lower their sensitivity, but I do recommend that you lower your sensitivity because your mechanics look worse than mine, and mine are really, really bad. Like you're missing really easy right clicks. Oh, by the way, I suggest going for more right clicks with Genji because right now they're really busted. Left clicks aren't too useful. What else? Like your blade, just take a deep breath before you blade. Like, seriously, take a deep breath before you blade. It's really, really important. Because you look like you press Q and you just panic. You're just fucking, where the fuck is the enemy? Like, chill. You feel me? You see an enemy dash into them, slash, or slash, dash, slash, whatever. That's without damage boost or nano. If you have nano boost or damage boost, all you need to do is dash, one slash, and then you'll get your dash back. You go for a new target with that dash. Additionally, if you have Nanoblade active, if you guys have both combos available, or both pieces of the combo available, you want to use that shit every time you have it. If the enemy has lamp, maybe you want to bait that out, but against something like trance, you can burn through it. I said I want to talk about that, but it's still true. I need to mention it. Well, what are the issues you have? You built ult really quickly on Genji. I would suggest kind of just one-tricking him for now. Like, swapping to Widow and Doom, you didn't accomplish anything on either of them. Oh, a big issue you have with Doom and Genji, you don't really abuse your mobility at all. Like, your characters are really good at getting to locations that are, like, really good for DPS, but aren't really easy to get to. For example, McCree would have issues getting to the top of the second point castle for offense, but something like a Genji or Doomfist, you could get up there relatively easily with all your abilities, and then you have a really good vantage point for the fight. You could, maybe just drop in as Genji, get some right clicks, and then get a kill. Or you could E in as Doomfist, get a really fat 125 damage E, and that'll be a kill for you right there. But instead, you kind of went through the front line as a flanker, like, and through really tight corridors and got shit on by Sigma, Junkrat, etc. I know that might sound like it contradicts point number 1, which is go in when your tanks are engaged, but really, they go together. If you're going to take off angles, like really separated flank angles as a DPS, you need to go in when your tanks are engaged, not before. Because again, they'll take attention, they'll bait out cooldowns. You need to go in when your tanks are engaged, not before, and not too late. It's a bigger window than you think. It's not like League of Legends. League of Legends has, if you don't engage within like a 5 or 10 second period, your team will be fucked. Overwatch is much more forgiving, especially in low ranks. Anyway, that's going to be the end of the video. If you have any questions, let me know. I feel like I kind of been rambling a little bit, but I did just provide 3 like pretty laid out points, which are engage when tanks are engaged, work the fuck on your mechanics, and take more aggressive kind of flanker angles instead of pushing in with your team as a flanker. That's gonna be the end of the VoD review. If you guys have any questions, let me know. If you're gonna leave a VoD review code in the comments, make sure you leave what character you're playing or whatever your name is. This way I know who I'm VoD reviewing. I don't accidentally review the wrong person. That's gonna be it, guys. Peace out.